What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron Elimelech, aka Osoosi from the Armchair Generals.
Please tell us about your journey.
I've been doing music for a while. Honestly, since I'm gonna probably say high school was when it really kicked in. But I got the bug, of course, with hip hop. So early '90s was it, and just the hip hop scene and the movement, and when a lot of that golden era stuff started kicking in, it was so infectious. I will also throw in seeing Crush Groove, which probably was when I was a little younger. In fact, I may have seen that in the theater, kind of getting fuzzy right now, but I just remember it having a huge impact on me. Seeing all the elements on display, it moved me. You saw everything, and I'm sure like every kid, I started out breakdancing and wanted to be a breaker, and then you want to be an MC, and then you want to be a DJ, and not really fully on a graffiti and all that kind of stuff, but you just wanted to do it all, and so that was probably what got me going. And then from there, of course, like I said, with the 90s hip hop, when that kicked in, so many artists, so many things you're hearing, so much new music. Credit Yo MTV Raps and Rap City, we would watch it every week. New artists, new releases, everything was so different and just so fresh every week. It was a lot. So it made you want to be a rapper, an MC. You wanted to do that, immediately. So that was my initiation into music was as an MC. We had a group. It was more high school time, so we would do the lunchtime ciphers and kind of started forming a little crew. We had ciphers at recess or at lunch at different times, and we would all get down and freestyle. I was also the beatboxer, so my name is Peaches, and I'm the best. Just joking. But just doing those things, and it kind of started to form and build a little bit of a crew. That we then started kind of testing things out and going for places. So we ventured over to, we were huge fans of The Good Life. We'd go there weekly. We'd see, you're seeing so many MCs, so much talent every week, different stuff. It was really mind-blowing. That was both inside the venue and outside the venue. You just saw so much music, so much hip-hop, so much of the culture on display. Ended up forming a little crew. We put out a little demo, Unstable Elements, put it together, and that kind of took us through the end of, we graduated, we all kind of went separate ways. From there, I went to Long Beach State. So at Long Beach State, I joined the program council, and we started doing shows. I was actually putting on shows at different times, and I would book a lot of different groups, and came across a group, Black Hole. Featured one of my elementary school friends, Aliquoy Pete, aka Mike Holden, and another really good friend now and mentor is Lucas Eddins, aka Luke Ellington. He's gone by so many other aliases, but Luke kind of took me under his wing, and he really invited me over to his studio, so I'd be able to kind of be a fly on the wall in those sessions and really see him putting together tracks end to end. And it taught me a lot about song structure, what we call the math, hooks, verses, bars, all that thing, and just how to really pace out a track, as opposed to you always wonder how things go from A to B or A to Z. That's how you saw that. You kind of saw what was baked in the cake, and I really do appreciate those sessions. Part of those sessions, I would kind of have a short little window where I can do some things, and I would bring a song or a sample, and he would kind of help me out and just put it together, and really got me going when it came to production, and that side of things. From there, was blessed. My father helped me out with purchasing my first studio. So, I got a really lo-fi studio. It was a Tascam 8-track, as well as a ASR 10, speakers, amp, and all that kind of stuff. But that's really where things kind of got going. From there, it obviously became more digital, and it's gone from there. But those were definitely the beginnings of my journey.